Hello everyone, I'm Kaye and welcome to my new Tennessee homestead. I'm very excited to share today's video because the 14 loads of topsoil got moved into the shape of my new double terrace garden. Take a look. So Larry came back, who delivered the 14 loads of topsoil with his skid steer and moved all of the dirt over to form these two levels. And Justin, my trusty right-hand man, and his great level told him where to put it and how to put it and how to shape it. When you look at the terrace from here, looking out at the road, it's straight on this side, but on this side, it turns and it curves around, two curves going around, and then there's a walkway between each level. So it's really interesting because the hillside drops not only this way, but it drops that way. The rock wall that will eventually circle the terrace and support it, it would have had to be like this tall on the far side, and I didn't want to look at a fortress when I was driving up to my property. So we decided to make it two levels. That way each level, the rock wall won't have to be so high on that side. In addition, we dug into the hill on this side so that it, again, wouldn't be quite so tall on the other side, because I am going to be growing part of my orchard over there because I already had established fruit trees over there. So to accommodate that, to accommodate a walkway around so you can get around each level of the terrace, this is the way we decided to do it. Now this took a lot of leveling because the hillside slopes down and over. So Justin had to use his trusty level to figure out a slight I think it was 3-inch drop on the far side, and they also had to figure out the curves. That took a lot of leveling and a lot of work because there's a lot of rock, and we also ran into something unusual in the yard. What do you think?
Now that's not sewer. That's like they're routing water from somewhere. That pipe.
Oh, there's a corrugated pipe in there.
Yeah, but that ain't for no septic. Well,
wouldn't septic be a hard pipe? Wouldn't be a flexible pipe.
Just coming out of the house would be hard, then it turn into that. That's got weep holes in it, leaks out into that rock. It's really put that big rock in there so the water will run through it. They'd definitely be an odor.
because we're at dirt level anyway, so that's all we're taking.
Yeah.
There's a huge opening underneath your deck. That's all open underneath there.
You talking about my porch?
Yeah. So that's where they run the house or the cistern pipe from the gutters. But if I remember right, I think there may have been, I'd have to look, there might be a pipe running out of it. Maybe just one more smidge. I mean, because I go a little bit more.
Good.
Yep.
It looks like brownies, doesn't it?
Let's go ahead and get all the grass. Just one. All right. Take it out. Take it all from. That's right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you dump that.
So I was just sort of in the way. I mean, they didn't need me at all. So I basically said, all right, you guys do it. We had discussed it all. We had made it a decision. I said, you go for it. I'm just going to film this. At one point, I decided to, when I was out filming, I decided to walk up and check out my new mailbox. There are all these plants growing in the yard. It's not just grass. I have a lot of clover. And I have a lot of exposed rock. And that day, all of these succulents were growing on top of the rock, and they were blooming into pretty little purple flowers. When it hit 91 degrees after that, they shriveled up and turned brown. So that was just a spring thing. I have a lot of plantain in this yard. Plantain is a very beneficial plant. You can make poultices out of it. You can dry it. And I intend to do all of that because I've got so much. Of course, dandelion, which has a lot of great uses, and what I'd like to do is make dandelion jelly. I saw some videos online and I'm really anxious to try that. And of course there is poison ivy. And it's not just growing around the edges in the woods or whatever. You'll see it. I mean, I have to look down every step I take, and you will see it just growing in the grass here and there. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's just 1 or 2 little sprigs poking up with 3 leaves. So I really love my mailbox, and the only thing left to do is put on the numbers. So now take a look at how all of my starts were doing in my indoor growing station. Well, I've potted up all of these things, and this is my second round of tomatoes. So I don't know how they're going to do. There's 36 tomatoes in these 2 trays, and these are pumpkin jalapeno peppers. This is German chamomile, echinacea, and this is echinacea and German chamomile. This is tall purslane. These tall purslane. But look over here. I'm so excited. This happened literally in the last day. This is my okra. Now normally if I had garden beds all ready and everything, I would just put okra directly in the garden. But I went ahead and started it. I think I put 2 in each cell. This is seashell flowers. And they just popped up. And this is alyssum. We love alyssum. It's so beautiful. These are hollyhock, and nothing's happening there yet. And this looks like it's just popping, and this is going to be zinnias. Cut and come zinnias. So very excited about the flowers. I'm hoping to get the grass taken off of the area for the flower bed today. All of this stuff has to be planted outside, and I pulled it off to let other things have the light. Really got to get this in my lettuce bed. Got more German chamomile here, more echinacea here. This is caraway. I'm worried about that. I need to get it potted up. And this is chard, Charlotte chard. And this is watercress. It looked really good, and now it looks really bad. This is Cos lettuce. Got to get that planted. And this is Thai basil. All of this stuff really has to be potted up. In here in my laundry area, I've got, this is chervil. I've never grown chervil in my life, but it looks fantastic. I'm going to have to research it. Dill, cranberry hibiscus, and these are, of course, calendula. Can't wait to grow out calendula, collect the flowers, make my balm. This is borage. You know how much I love borage if you've been with me for a while. These are all eggplants, and I got the seed from Jack Redden, who's one of my fans. More pumpkin jalapeno, and these are all eggplants as well. All doing pretty well, looking really good. Another cranberry hibiscus, and these are, I believe these are more calendula, pretty sure. This is Egyptian spinach, and these are marjoram, yes, and this is English lavender. And these are Chinese tricolor peppers, and they really haven't grown very much at all. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, that's the wrap up of the seedlings in the house. So then it was time for Justin to go. He leaves about 3 o'clock because he has other things that he does. And Larry was still here, and he had instructed Larry to skim off the grass on the insectiary and where the grapevines are going to go. And all of the grass that he scraped off, he put in a big mound over under the trees. And at some point, when we have nothing better to do, Justin and I are going to shape that into a berm to keep all the rainwater from further degrading the soil around the roots of those big trees. So both of those guys are gone, and what did I do? I came inside and I potted up 36 plants. I couldn't stand waiting one more day to get these potted up. So I potted all of those, plus all of these. So I've got 36 more plants. Thanks so much for watching this channel, liking the videos, and especially sharing them. And if you're starting over like I am, I know you'll find something to enjoy here on my homestead. And also on my channel, I have hundreds of videos from Southern California year-round gardening. So I hope you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, scroll down and hit all so you won't miss anything right here on my new Tennessee homestead. I'm Kay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please watch these. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you in the next video.